Am I the a-hole for embarrassing my boyfriend and when I went to his work party? All his friends called me a gold digger. He didn't stand up for me, so I did this. I'm in a relationship with a guy who always works in tech. He makes $68,000 and I make $130,000. I'm a mechanical engineer at a robotics startup. He works at a more stable job doing programming at a large company. He brought me to meet his friends at a party and they asked me about myself. His friends mostly work in tech too and talked about themselves in terms of their job. I told them I'm a hiker, I do archery, I love road trips and camping and riding dirt bikes. Basically talking about my hobbies because work is just a way to get paid to do shit. It's not how I define myself and it doesn't come to my mind when someone wants me to tell them about myself. One of his friends asked about work and I said, "Oh gosh, I don't want to talk about work at a party." Spent my whole day sweating my ass off in 95-degree heat trying to replace this busted motor, just to find the replacement part was also ducked. I wasn't lying or trying to downplay the fact that I have a good job. That's really how I spent my day and I wasn't in the mood to talk shop at a party. Some other conversations came up casually that probably also made me seem poor, like me saying that the car dealership repairs were a ripoff, and telling my boyfriend that my childhood neighbor's trailer caught on fire, and I was gonna visit and help her out. I wasn't doing it on purpose, I was literally just talking about my life, but I guess I gave the impression I was poor. It got later in the night and everyone was getting more drunk. Some of his friends, not his close friends but some, were making jokes about me growing up in a trailer and being a gold digger, and being ready to jump to a richer guy. Really misogynistic shit, honestly, since they don't even know me and seem to just assume all girls are gold diggers. He did not say anything. He later said it was because he'd smoke weed and gets quiet and has trouble carrying on a quick conversation when he's high. But regardless, I felt hurt that he did not speak up for me. I got irritated with his friends and asked, "Now, why the hell would you say that when I make twice what he does?" His friends went quiet for a second and I continued saying, "There ain't no gold to dig here, not with him or anyone at this party. So do y'all think I'm cheap or do y'all think I'm stupid?" My boyfriend wanted to leave the party shortly after and he was pretty upset with me, telling me everyone I make twice what he does. I said I would have held my tongue if he checked his friends himself, but he did not say anything, so I wasn't about to let them talk to me like that. He said it was humiliating and now everyone thinks I'm a little beep, and I flippantly said, "At least they know I'm a rich jerk." He was angry and I embarrassed him when I spoke up. I was angry I had to say anything at all, because his friends were talking shit, so it should be on him to check them. Stuff is still tense. Am I the a-hole for explaining why I'm not a gold digger? Not the a-hole. My opinion on this story is not the a-hole. I think her boyfriend was displaying a lot of red flags. Being high on marijuana is not an excuse to not stand up to your girlfriend for your friends being very blatantly rude. I would take this as a huge red flag if I was OP, and would even consider going low contact and asking my boyfriend for some time apart. The fact that she was called a gold digger for just pointing out the stuff she likes to do is super alarming. Let me know what you guys think of this story in the comment section down below. Our next story is titled, "Am I the a-hole for not treating my wife like an equal parent by telling her she has no say in the way I bond with my son, and also calling her homophobic?" Alright guys, here comes the next story. When I, 37-year-old male, was 17, I got my then girlfriend, who was 16, pregnant with twin boys. Her parents did not want the babies to ruin her future, so they said I had to either take them or give them up for adoption, because she was not raising them at all. I wanted to give them up, but my parents told me not to. For the first 7 years of my boys' lives, I did not act like a father and was more like a big brother. They knew I was their father, but we never bonded like father-son. When I was ready to move out, I wanted to do it without them, but my dad let me know it was my responsibility, so I had to take them. I didn't want to at first, but I'm glad it happened. We started bonding as father-son. I started loving them and their love for me increased. I remember the three of us would sit down on the couch to watch movies. One would sit on my left and one on my right while I wrapped my arms around them. They'd put their heads on my chest and I often kissed their forehead. We've been doing this since they were 7. I met my current wife 5 years ago. My kids were 15. We married 3 years ago after we welcomed our daughter who's 4. She saw me doing this with my kids when we watched movies and she never said anything. My kids are no longer living with us because they left for college, but they came to see me every now and then. My boys are 20 years old now, but they still like to put their heads on my chest while I wrap my arms around them. They do it every time they visit and I'm watching TV. My son Liam visits me 2 weeks ago. He came out to me as gay and introduced me to his boyfriend. I don't care how my kids live their sexuality or who they love. I love them no matter what. I just want them to be happy and I don't feel any different. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable to hug him or kiss his forehead. But it seems that my wife is a little uncomfortable. My son visited me again last Wednesday, since he was here 2 weeks ago for the first time officially coming out. I was watching Red with my daughter. She was on my left and my son Liam arrived. He was tired and sat on my right, put his head on my shoulder, and while I wrapped my arm around him, I kiss his forehead and say, "Good to have you back, buddy." We went to sleep and the next day, my wife told me that it made her feel uncomfortable, me hugging and kissing my son, and asked me not to do it again while she doesn't mind me doing it with Lucas, my other son who's straight. She just doesn't want me to do it with Liam. I told her she has no business being in my relationship with my sons. I also called her homophobic. She accused me of not treating her like an equal parent. Thus I said, "That's okay because you're not." My brother says I should understand because this is a big change for her, a son coming out. But seriously, think there's nothing to get used to? This isn't neither her nor my problem who my son loves. Am I in the wrong here? Okay, so I found a comment on this story that explains my opinion on it very well. It states, "So, let me break down this opinion from the wife. If she had a boy who was straight, then it would be a bad idea for her to kiss his forehead and hug him? Because he might get the hots for his mother. What universe does this woman live on? Guys, if you've ever been in a similar situation when someone just says something so outrageous you can't even believe it, drop it down below as I'd love to read it. We still have one more story left in today's video. Am I the a-hole for refusing my future sister-in-law's request to dye my hair for my brother's wedding? If you guys are enjoying the content today, show the channel some support and love. All you have to do is smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Here's the final story of the day. My future sister-in-law Liz has turned into a bridezilla and is going to war with everyone over everything stupid. My natural color's red. I love my hair. Liz is a blonde, but she loves to have red hair, and in fact, ever since meeting me, she's been dyeing her hair almost exactly my color. I don't mind. I do think it's weird that she does it, but I don't have a monopoly over this particular shade of red, and she's free to do what she wants with her hair. Well, she asked me this week that I should dye my hair to a different color, because she wants her hair to be unique in her wedding. She offered to cover all the cost as well. I just said no because it's my hair. I don't want to change. I told my brother, and he told me to do whatever I want because it's my hair. He said he'll talk to Liz to get her off my back. Well, it did not work. Liz has come to my parents and they've been taking her side. They say it's her special day and we need to be more accommodating. It's important for our future relationship that we get along. I believe I am accommodating. She can do whatever she wants with her own hair. How is my hair any of her business? My parents tell me I should be the bigger person. I don't know why an 18-year-old should be the bigger person compared to a 27-year-old Liz. They told me I'm making this a minor issue into a big ol' problem, and I should just do what she wants because it's her wedding. Am I the a-hole for not giving in? This is an absolutely ridiculous request. I don't think that Opie is the a-hole at all. I mean, it's her natural hair color. That's pretty rude for someone to tell you you have to change it. I know she was gonna pay for it, but still, it's so rude. I did read a comment and it was pretty funny. It says, "You can offer to not attend the wedding. Tell her you'll just attend his next wedding instead." AKA, their wedding won't work out. Okay guys, that's all the content I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, you know how to show some support. Have a great day, and remember, it's so cool to be kind.